guys. Okay, so here's my book listing on Amazon. Deep into Public Education. I have had a battle with Amazon lately, pretty much since my book got published. I published through the self-publishing arm of Amazon called KDP. It's Kindle Direct Publishing, and they're doing their job. When someone purchases my book, they publish, they print it, and they ship it out, and they do their job. They're doing what they're supposed to do. I have talked with agents from KDP as well as Amazon off and on since January. I talked to them in January, and I've emailed, and I talked with them again just last week, and my book is being buried. Okay, so you see the listing here. It's all there. You can purchase it. But here's my problem. If I just go to Amazon, okay, and I do a search for Deep End of Public Education, this is what I get. I do not get my book. I do not get my book. Now, this is just an all department search, okay, for those keywords. And these are the results I get. Dying of Whiteness, Kids Presentation, a book for public speaking, curriculum, all these other books that, I mean, like this third one here, at least the author name is Deep End Learning, so it kind of makes sense to show up in a search result for Deep End of Public Education. But in this one is Public Education. But how come when I use all those keywords, the entire complete exact title of my book, it doesn't show up? I mean, I get A Teenager's Guide to Investing in the Stock Market. How in the world does that relate to the keywords that I put in the title, right? So this goes on for pages and pages and pages of books that are not mine, okay? And so I can even just book after book after most of them aren't even near the topic of my book, right? So, and I can control some of that when I put my description in and my keywords. Some of those books relate to the keywords that I put in when I listed my book. But if I narrow it down to my title and my author name, right? You'll find my podcast, obviously, Deep Into Public Education by Kristen Grubbs. But you will not find my title, my book. It's just not there. A whole bunch of other stuff. Not my book. That's it. One page of results, and none of them include my book. So I've inquired about this, and in January, after several conversations with several agents of like Amazon, they said it was because my book contains adult content. That's because when I put the details on my book to be listed, I did note that yes, it has a little bit of adult content, because in one of my 18 chapters, I quote 2 paragraphs from a book that is easily available in a general all department search. It's All Boys Aren't Blue by George Johnson. It's marketed to 13 and up, okay? And I quote 2 little paragraphs. I'm assuming that this book is not designated as adult content because by what Amazon tells me, it would not be allowed to be found in a general search. That is what they said in their reply to me after last week's conversation with several people through Amazon and KDP. The email I got back this morning after their little, well, let me go back. I got an email yesterday in response to their little search as to why my book is difficult to find. And what that email said is, I've searched our website using your name and book title and can confirm it's working as designed. Those words are very interesting to me. And she shows me a search results, but the search result, how she searched for my book, is by narrowing it down to books. People should be able to find my book just by doing a general all department search, because my book, I mean, those the exact words in the title, right? So I responded and said, this is not okay. You cannot find it unless you narrow it down to books. That's the only way you're going to find my book. That is unacceptable. And so I got a response back this morning. I sent a much longer email and showing, hey, these are the results I'm getting when I search like this with just my book title or just my book title and author name, and I'm still not finding it. And this is what I got this morning, okay, is I got a response saying, your book has been marked adult. Let me further explain. Books marked as adult will never be found in a general search due to a policy put in place by Amazon to safeguard all those under the age of 18. This prevents a 12-year-old from accidentally stumbling upon a book they have no business reading. Ooh, that is interesting to me. Okay, so a 12-year-old can find All Boys Aren't Blue. It's right there, marketed to 13 plus, but it's got adult content in it. If you question the content, go to my Facebook page, Deep Into Public Education. I've got excerpts on there, and I actually discussed this in my book, and I've gone over this in my podcast as well. But here's the interesting thing: I could do a search for 50 Shades of Grey, right? I haven't read the book. Other people have told me, oh yeah, it's got adult content, right? Look, boom, 50 Shades of Grey. This is an all-department search for that title. I could do a search for the Kama Sutra. Oh, if you don't know what the Kama Sutra is, there you go. It's right there. If you were 12, if you were 10, if you were 8, and you knew how to spell it, Kama Sutra, kind of spell it like that, it's right there. It's right there. There's nothing keeping you from getting to it. This is an all-department search for Kama Sutra. Right there. Nothing filtering it. Now we could be a little more bold, all right, a little bolder, and just put in sex. Looky there. Nothing filtering this. This is an all-department search for the word sex. All about sex, sex next door, big black book of sex positions. Look at this, TVMA. Some of these I think said rated R, and there's a film down here, rated R. Like, there is not rated, and R. There is no filter whatsoever on these search results when it comes to adult content. Yet they're using that as the excuse to not get my book title in the search results. So this is what I need from you guys. I need your help in spreading the word about my book because Amazon is burying me. I cannot find my book unless I narrow the results to books. Boom, right there, podcast and book. I can search by my title and author name. I can search just by my author name. And the only thing you might possibly find is my podcast. You will not find my book unless you narrow it to just books. This isn't okay. I know that seems silly, but it isn't okay. How come all this other stuff can be found, sexual, adult stuff, just adult material, without narrowing the results down, when their own representative stated to me, books marked as adult will never be found in a general search due to a policy put in place by Amazon to safeguard all those under the age of 18. They're wrong. They're lying to me. They're burying my book. I need you guys to help me get my book out there. Deep Into Public Education, there it is. Search the title, narrow it down by books. This is ridiculous. I'm still fighting this. I'm still going to do what I have to do for them to correct this, but I don't foresee them helping me. So maybe you guys can help me out. Get my book out there. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, shoot me a message. You can email me through my Deep Into Public Education Facebook page. Find my podcast. Listen to what I've got. Look at the content on my Facebook page. This is not okay, guys. Thank you for your help.